Absolutely one of those. Peter Roberts, very, very
You stole my mic.
No, this is fine. You can look at the car very interesting because back in the day when you put your car into what was it, probably in the middle of the start, and you went sort of 20 mid-engine sort of. But a very, very difficult to get that balance super low. So it's similar to I now put right up today. So just talk us through the sort of
the dashboard, so it's that far back, sits between the driver and the navigator. That was the biggest leap so far this weekend. I think we can safely say that. To give you an idea, he's going to be hitting speeds of over 80 mile an hour as he makes his way up the hill over that jump there. Yeah. And the configuration on this is right in the middle of the vehicle, so less polar movement, it's not going to side. It flies level, as you've just spotted, and as we've seen the top guys, they're starting to put together runs so they know what to expect tomorrow in the shootout, and that's what this is right now. He's throwing it out there, he's catching lines, he's making sure that he knows exactly what to expect tomorrow when he leaves the start line.
Down through the vocals over the ring in perfect harmony. That worked.
I'm going to disagree with you there. I'm going to disagree with you. I'm not playing devil's advocate.
I love that.
I think he still needs to do a little bit of work on that front suspension.
So, Goodwood Festival of Speed 2022 and a debut for you at Peter Roberts. What does it feel like to be here?
It's fantastic, I'm really pleased to get an invite. Been very envious over the years of the folks that have been here. I think we came as paying spectators about 10 years ago, realised how big, the festival is. So to be here as a competitor in the sunshine, what more can you ask for?
Well, part of the reason for you being here, this year's the strapline is Innovators, Masters of Motorsport. And you absolutely fit the bill. Not only are you a cracking driver, as everybody knows, superb driver, but you actually went out there and decided that you were going to build your own cars. So you thought, I know what we need to do, we need to be looking at. I think, as we said earlier, you've actually built 4 cars in total. The first one was slightly different, but the next 3, absolutely superb. So for you, as an engineer, design engineer, what was it that you thought you could do with the cars that made you want to build and design completely your own?
I think it started off with an ALRC base vehicle.
Yeah.
And basically,
great place to start too, actually,
once we kind of done everything and used that and won various events, it was kind of time to move on. People were making independent cars, and firstly I hadn't got the budget to buy one, and secondly none of them really suited what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep it Land Rover-ish, but evolve that idea to make it more competitive. So in my head it was a Land Rover with an independent suspension.
And I think you said somewhere that you didn't want to even start until you fully understood how independent suspension worked.
It took me a while. Live axles are fairly basic and you know how they work, and then obviously with independent suspension, if you're going to make it yourself and you don't know what you're doing, you could get in a world of trouble. Absolutely. So I did try and understand as much as I could, and I think when I was at the point I was fairly confident I knew what the suspension did, how it worked, the geometry, it was then I designed all the vehicle on CAD first. I'm a design engineer anyway, so using CAD, it was quite fortuitous, to be honest. I needed to start to use 3D CAD, and I was trying to learn how to do it. So in the evenings I'd then do my car in it, and it was much more of a challenge to learn the CAD system to do my car, and because it was then for me, I was more likely to go into it with a bit more depth. So it actually benefited both the company and myself at the time. The whole car got done in 3D CAD, and then transfer that into metal in the garage, basically.
And then transfer that to Windsor, of course, as well.
Well, it took a while.
But you've got to get used to these cars. There's always design evolution as well, isn't there? But also sales too. So
the sales was kind of never really intended to be that way. The thing is, once it's designed and you've got it down on paper, you've got a CAD pack, you've got a program and things like that, it's very easy to do another one. Yeah. So I think somebody asked, would you be interested in making one? And at that point I thought, well, I know I want to change a lot of the design, just update it, make it simpler to build, maybe better to you know, in the field. So I said, yeah, I'll build a new one, and I'll build two. So I built one for myself and one for the customer. So you know, I never went into it as a money making exercise, but you know, it's kind of nice to be asked. So you know, when someone said, do you want to build one, I said yes.
You don't you? But you do really, really. So this year, what have you actually got planned competition wise? What are you going for?
This year, you know, I concentrate doing the stats and shops into club, to be honest.
Great
you know, we've got good competition, good grounds, good time, and a good group of people. So in some respects, I've no real great desire to go and do anything else. You know, people might say, oh, you know, why don't you? You know, I did think about doing France at one point, but with the engine I've got and the way they've done the regs, the vehicle won't be competitive. When I first built the car, they were still allowing big engine cars to compete in France without you know, giving them a weight penalty. That changed just after I'd built it, so that kind of scuppered that idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know, the rest of the car is is the French specification if I put a fuel cell in it. But no, maybe one day I'll build one with a different engine in it.
And sometimes it's about the building as much as the competing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about the developing and designing thing, and that's why this year fits off-road so well. Is because we have some incredible Masters of Motorsport innovation is what we do best. We always have done across the board. So coming to Goodwood, and you get the invitation. What went through your head?
I was, you know, I spoke to Andy sort of a couple of years ago, and we'd spoken and said, you know, you really should be there. And I wasn't arguing. I said, yes, I do agree. So, you know, we did chat last year, so I was very pleased this year to get the invite.
Good.
You know, personally, I think it's the right thing because, you know, from a club point of view, we hadn't been supported at Goodwood, or you know, we weren't. Trade there.
Cars here,
And
so it's really good to see,
you know, if the sort of if the quicker vehicles aren't here, then they should be really.
It's a really good mixture. 40 cars in the world of off-road. It's fantastic. Which bit are you looking forward to the most? Which bit gives you a little bit of trepidation?
All of it, to be honest.
Very relaxed.
The hill should be interesting.
Yeah.
I just had a quick look at it today, and the corners are a bit tighter than I was kind of anticipating.
Yeah,
you know, for the years I was spectating, it
yeah.
looks quite straight.
Yeah.
You know, from the grandstands, the corners don't look particularly tight.
Really, yeah.
But just sort of going up it today, I thought, wow, this is a bit narrower than I thought, and the bends are a bit tighter.
Come up a bit quicker.
yeah. So that should be fun. I'm not sure really how hard to attack the hill because you know it can only go one way bad really. You know, we're not being timed, so.
And then you've got a full weekend's fun up on the Britpart Off Road Arena, which looks amazing this year. It's real proper off road. It's great. And then the shootouts. Yeah.
That's. I must admit. Let's hope the vehicle gets that far. As long as everything's still straight and in one piece and working well, I'm looking forward to the shootout actually.
Brilliant.
Because you know, with 3 different groups, I guess there's no timing on each stage, so you know, we're all competitive animals. So I think, you know, we'll know come the Sunday. We'll have a better idea of the pecking order, I guess.
I really look forward to talking to you afterwards.
No problem.
Peter Roberts, though, thank you so much on debut at Goodwood Festival of Speed. 2 of your cars here. Pretty proud?
Very proud, yeah, absolutely.
Should be. Well done. Thank you so much for taking time to come and talk to us.
No problem.
Good luck at that, and we'll see you on course.
Thank you very much.
The car, put to the front rather than to the rear. The gravity of the car is right smack bang in the middle. And there's virtually nothing of any weight overhanging the wheels. So it's all within the wheelbase.
Well, a lot of people are going to be watching this one because he has again been super smooth over the weekend. A great range of clubs taking part through this weekend. Some of you are going to see you'll go Scotland. And this is one great driver here, Peter Roberts, and engineer as well. Had a good weekend, but he's really had a good weekend.
You may see the fastest time.
Bit wayward there, back end trailing out to the side.
Down a bit.
Oh, what a fight! Peter Roberts is definitely on it. He means business.
There's a bit of a sideways down to the bottom there, so I know if you saw. He sucked up a little bit of time there.
Great man watching out. It doesn't even look anxious. Just the anxious is not at all. Round the bottom berm there, and as I said many times, your wall of depth, so you're actually facing away and then swing you back round. The G-force on that, massively phenomenal. This is fast. Peter Roberts is absolutely foot down and on it. Oh, it's a leap and a half, and just through the clouds of dust I just saw that rear end, a real buck, as it came out of the bomb crater, still holding it together, bringing it down through it's a good run, into this. That's lovely. Perfect ride, perfect power, perfect pitch, and just flies out the other end. That was nice. What a drive, it's good, it's fast, it's in a couple of moments, he's right on the edge, pushing it as hard as he possibly can. Flies it up there, and heads up, what's he going to do this time in cycle? 8 laps, oh, you're heaven on wheels. That was special. Peter Roberts, a fine, fine drive in one of his latest own build cars. When you say the order book will be full, I think it certainly will be. This is tremendous driving from Peter Roberts. Bringing it round now. Brings it round that berm. Up across country, takes seconds like this is going to be interesting. It's a 2:21.
Quickest time.
Peter Roberts, what a time.
We have a fastest
That
time.
is so impressive. Unbelievable, brilliant, brilliant. That's the thing. We've been
That's the
watching.
time to beat, 2:21.
We've been watching him all week, and we've been seeing him put in some great stuff. A massive round of applause, Peter Roberts. That was one hell of a run.